Hello everybody, and welcome to your interactive tarot dice reading. Before you see 4 different dice, and each one of those dice holds different messages. So ask Spirit which one of those dice holds a message just for you. I have a timestamp listed in the description box below for each dice, as well as in the top pinned comment, so you can go right to the dice that's calling you. But the messages that come through can be an answer to a question you've had. It can be just different things that are going to unfold for you this year. Or, you know, your mind might just be a completely open canvas and Spirit is about to fill it with some new information. So go ahead and decide which dice is calling to you and hold your messages. Hello there. Okay, so for those of you who are attracted to the first dice number 1, numeral number 1, let's see what that dice has in store. Which message is coming through? What does Spirit want to say? Okay, well, there's one card. Ooh, so we've got some love that is coming out, and see what else is going on here. Okay, right there. And we have, oh my goodness, we have marriage. Now, if this is not meant to be romantic for you, it doesn't have to be. I will give a couple different messages, you know, because this is general. So obviously not for everybody. This is, you came here to find out about love and marriage. But dice number 1, definitely talking about that big time. And ooh, we've got hope. So look at that. Card 2, card 20, card 32. I love it. All right, dice number 1 brings a message of there's love and connection, whether this is romantic or this is you finally aligning to your dreams or new friendships, your soul tribe, all right? So there is some aspect of your life where there's this coming together, your heart's fulfilled. There's a marriage, okay? A marriage between you and your dreams, a marriage between you and your soul. It could be coming back home to your soul, okay? And with hope over here, it's like, this card isn't so much like, oh, we've got to hope, wish, and pray. This is more speaking of the journey that you've been on, leading you up to this connection, all right? Your faith, your dedication, your effort, and it's going to pay off for you. So throughout this year or throughout this week or this month, you know, just everybody's on their own path. There is this coming together for you, something that really stirs your heart, connects to your soul, love, and it could be romantic love. You know, some of you, this could be a baby coming into your life, a new pet, a new job, finally pursuing your dreams, going about serious self-improvement and effort. And there's a bonding here, okay? A contract, a commitment, a joining of two energies. And it comes from a lot of hard work, a lot of effort. So let's pull some tarot dice and get some more information about this. Okay, so over here, and I go with what's on the top. Over here, we have the 7 of Cups. Okay, right here, we have the 5 of Wands. Or wait, yeah, 5. I'm like, I want to make sure I read that or counted that correctly. And this is 6, 7, 8, 9 of Coins. Very nice, yeah. See, I love these dice. Right here, this 7 of Cups and this 9 of Coins, okay? This is that effort, that energy, that faith, that determination that's already been set in motion, okay? And the 2's coming out. It's like So synchronistic, because you were drawn to dice number 1, the starting point, the ace, right? And the cards coming out is 2, 2, and then 3, 2. So I see a progression of energy for you over the course of this year where you're going from a 1 to a 2 to a 3. So it's not only the joining of two energies. After that takes place, there's this kind of like third culmination of something that's going to birth, something that's going to manifest from the joining of these two energies, okay? So journey, though, we've already been putting the time, energy, and effort into this. Now, because it's general, I suppose you coming to this reading and you seeing this may be the very inspiration Spirit's trying to give to you to get the wheels of motivation moving, to help you get back to faith if that's what's lacking, to help you connect better to your intuition so you don't miss that divine guidance where you're being prompted to act and, go about things in a certain way. So I feel, though, for most of you, this is definitely something you've been thinking about and working towards. And your heart, your soul, like your energy is really in it, okay? And here, though, with this 5 of Wands, there's this element where we kind of are in conflict. We have the faith, but then we lose it. We have the faith, but then we lose it. All right. And you shouldn't lose the faith, because the 9 of Pentacles is a very nice energy. It's prosperity. It's, almost to the end of a cycle, the manifestation. Now, others of you, this very much could be about your serious relationship or your marriage that you're already existing in. All right. And to me, this would be where we kind of thought this relationship or marriage would be one thing, and then it kind of turned out to be another. And it's not that we don't love and we're not connected. It's just, can I really handle all of this other stuff that comes with this, all these things I didn't see? Or, sometimes we blind ourselves, right? When we're really in love and infatuated, we see all the wonderful elements about somebody. It's not till we come down a little bit that we see the full scope and not just, through those rose-colored glasses. So some of you, there's a relationship, a serious romantic relationship, or even a marriage, could be a friendship too, where you were thinking one thing, but there's more involved, and now it kind of puts you in conflict. Is this the right thing for me? Personally, by this reading, I say, yeah, stick with it, because hope and faith is like going to save the day. 9 of Pentacles, your hard work, energy, and effort, and your determination to move forward in the highest good for you and all involved is going to bring you a lot of prosperity. So do not lose sight of that. For others of you, this looks like the year where we are meeting somebody. Potentially, we're finally going to get married, or we're finally taking our relationship to the next level. So I do see that. Now, those of you where there's this new relationship coming in, it's again like all these things you fantasized about. It's an amazing connection, this, that, and the other, but there's some elements to this person that aren't what you signed up for, okay? And that kind of puts you in conflict. Well, don't give up on them. Don't give up on that relationship, because I do feel like it can really go somewhere. So let's pull some more dice to get some clarification. Okay. All right. So we have the Empress, and we have the King of Pentacles. And we have, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got the 10 of Pentacles over here. Oh my goodness, yes. All right. Back to baby for some of you. This is a very good year to try to conceive a child, or a baby's coming into your life. So if you are still able to have children, if that's nothing you want, I would take precaution about it, okay? If there's conflict within a relationship or a marriage about children, like somebody wants a baby, the other one doesn't, or there's existing children, again, I feel like that energy can be worked through. We can come to a compromise. We can come to a solution. We can come to an understanding where everybody truly feels satisfied, because this is a nice flow of energy. It's just, there's this conflict within, I think more out of fear. Like, I don't want to be shortchanged. I don't want to, give this my all just to end up empty-handed. And I don't feel like that's what's happening here, okay? You have the 9 and the 10, so that is the completion, like I said. And your hard work, your energy, your effort, whether this is about a romantic relationship, about a friendship, about your dreams, about your career, just anything going on in your life, this is general. If you give it your all and stick with it, even when you feel some conflict and we're unsure, you will have prosperity, you will have success, you will have happiness, all right? It's just, you've got to hang in there when things kind of don't seem like they're going to go the way you were hoping, or it's almost like, man, am I just wasting my effort? No. Have pure intention and keep moving towards your goal here, no matter what. And remember, you can only control yourself. You cannot control anybody else. So if you are in a long-term relationship and it's like you want to move in together, or you want to get married, or you want to finally have a baby, and your partner isn't so much on board for that, you can't change your partner. You can't do or say anything to change their mind. You can only change you. And how you do that is by focusing inward and focusing on all the positive things about your relationship. Whether you guys move in together, get married, it doesn't change your love, okay? You're still gonna love each other the same before and after, so just keep that in mind, that you can't change them and they have to be ready for it as well. Now, that doesn't mean that you sacrifice your needs, but by turning within and focusing on yourself and looking to the blessings in your life, the positivity, and divine timing is golden. And you're just happy and you're satisfied and you vibe there, and that's where you stay. You don't let your mind wander off. Oh, this fool is never going to come around. Don't even go there anymore. Just focus on what is beautiful and positive about your relationship and your connection. And if you're struggling to do that, that might be a sign that maybe that relationship has run its course. And what you're desiring and it's feeling so strong is because the universe has the perfect partner for you lined up down the road. All right. So you cannot change or force anybody into anything. You can only change yourself. And, it really comes from a shift from what's wrong, what's not working, to what is right, what is working for you, what could be, in a very positive, optimistic way. And I see it unfolding for you. It's just really a matter of your own energy and vibration. So keep that in mind, all right? And those of you where there's this new relationship showing up in your world, I kind of get the sense that it moves really, really quickly, and that's what the internal conflict is about, is like, whoa, this is going really fast. But again, I just see a beautiful connection. When something's meant to be, it's meant to be, right? So let's pull final dice. Okay. All right. Yep. Look at this. We have the 3 of Pentacles. So here's that coming together, the 2, and then 3, 2. It's that coming together. You just have to be patient. Trust divine timing. Trust the universe, because look at this. For marriage, we have the 2 of Cups. I mean, come on. And then over here, look at this. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Okay, those of you who are attracted to the first dice, this is beautiful. Like, everything's working out. Don't struggle. If you're in love, take the next step. You have nothing to lose. If the person you're with isn't quite ready for that next step, trust the universe that when it's time, it's going to happen. And the more you obsess and worry and pine, the more uncomfortable and unhappy you're going to feel, okay? The better you feel, the better life is. And feeling good cannot be contingent upon what's going on around you. It has to be contingent upon what's going on within you. And the more you have yourself internally in balance, in harmony, in peace, then externally it's just there and there's no effort anymore. You're just in a nice, flow of energy most of the time. So those of you attracted to this first dice, very beautiful. It's like, do what it takes. Don't give in to fear. Don't give in to doubt. There's a lot of potential with whatever this is for you personally, and definitely a completion taking place over the course of this year. And it's beautiful. I mean, look at this. We have 1, 2, 3. It can't get any more synchronistic. You picked dice 1, and 2s and 3s are very significant to this reading, and then they just show here at the end to let you know, 1, 2, 3, synchronicity, trust in spirit. What's meant to be will be. What's for you will always find its way to you, and you will find your way to it. It's just a matter of alignment and energy and divine timing. So those are your messages for Dice 1. I'm wishing you all the very best. Take care. Hello there. So let's take a look and see what dice number 2 has for you guys for messages. What does Spirit want you guys to know? I'm going to start by pulling 3 oracle cards, and then I will pull the tarot dice. All right, well, the first one that has to come out is abundance. How nice is that? All right, so let's keep going and see what else wants to come out. Okay, right there. Ooh, we have spirit symbol. And we have travel. Oh, very nice. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. Those of you where you guys kind of have these big champagne dreams, where it's, I want to be this, I want to achieve that, I want to have this much money, I want to be able to buy this, I want to travel here, I want this kind of life, I want this type of status. And, it doesn't have to be negative, superficial, so I just want to say that, because it is more than that with spirit symbol here. But we also have the material and we have the spiritual. So I do know that there's a big focus on the achievement of material, of having, of being able to do, of not being oppressed. People say money doesn't buy happiness, right? And I totally agree with that, However, in a sense, money does make things easier, right? And when you're not stressed out about bills and eating and all of these things, you're definitely in a much more eased state of mind and being. I mean, honestly, if you have enough to, cover your basic needs, you're doing pretty good. Now, the same can be said, though, that the more money you get, if you don't know how to manage your energy around money, it doesn't matter if you only make $1,000 a month and you're broke. Even if you were making $10,000 a month, you would still be broke because all is energy. So those of you that have these big champagne dreams and you have them because you want to get up out of your situation that you're currently in, that's beautiful. However, Spirit is directing you to yourself here and saying, listen, you can have this. You can have the abundance. You can have the material. You can have the success, okay? But you've got to start with your energy. You've got to go within, and you've got to do a lot of movement in that area of yourself, and you will achieve, all right? And I'll give you a really good example. I will use myself. Money struggles, oh my God, my whole life. my mother was horrible with money, and I just picked up those habits. And I was horrible with money. I just had no appreciation for it, no concept. As soon as I had it, it was gone. And I recognized, even though, throughout my life, in my career, here I'm, making more money, I was never feeling like I had enough, ever. Ever. It didn't matter how much I was making. It's like there was always these obligations that would take it all, or I was just terrible at managing it, all right? And, there would be times where Spirit would give me a lot of abundance, because I would think, oh, if I just had, $1,000, or if I just had an extra $100, if I just had, and Spirit would give that to me. But guess what? It didn't make any difference. It didn't change anything really, just in a moment. But the long term, no, because my energy was the same. And the more I realized that I was in a place of want and desire, therefore a lackful vibration, that was keeping me from abundance, okay? But the moment I went into acceptance and gratitude, because I won't even lie, along my YouTube journey, there's been some real lean times where, I did feel my tummy rumbling, and the more I focused on that, the worse things became, truly. But there finally came a point where I said, you know what, it is what it is, and I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to live this experience for every single thing it has to give me. Happiness, sadness, abundance, or lack, a full belly or an empty belly. It's all part of the journey. And once I made that shift, I am not even kidding you, everything changed. And that's what I see here in this message coming from Dice 2. Whether it's about a job, money, material things, relationships, just whatever it is for you personally, Spirit is like, you can have that. You can absolutely achieve it. You're desiring it because it's a part of your life path this lifetime. However, you're looking in all the wrong places. You've got to go within. You've got to get in tune and connected with your spirit, with your soul, and really understand your own energy and vibration. And it's more than just, positive thinking and feeling good, because there are inspired actions that we must take along the way to achieve, right? A lot of people think, oh, if you're just positive and happy and grateful, all these good things will come. Well, there's plenty of good stuff that's going to come your way for sure. But those big dreams, those big things that you're striving for, no, it's not just going to come. And you wouldn't even appreciate it for what it's worth if it did work that way. It's the journey, it's the climb to the, manifestation that is truly where the magic is. And I learned that as well, because I used to hear that. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. We want what we want, and it's the obtainment of it, right? But it's not. And that was my backwards thinking. And it's good to be focused on the end goal, okay? But the journey is where the magic is. The journey is where, Spirit is speaking to you and guiding you and trying to show you the way through sign, through synchronicity, through symbols, and that is the magic. And recognizing your co-creative dance with the universe. And when you get to the destination, when you finally arrive, you're like, oh, I'm here. I kind of missed the journey. And I'll say that about, I'm recording this on the 1st of January, 2019. Well, on December 31st, 2017, I had 29,000 subscribers. On December 31st, 2018, I had 135,000 subscribers, okay? And I remember in December 2017, thinking, oh my God, I can't imagine, what would it be if I could touch that many people, and, Spirit allows me to be a vessel for those many messages. Like, it was just so, to me, and that's all I could think about. And, it's just, once I finally got to 100,000 subscribers, by that point, I was more focused on the journey rather than the destination that I didn't even know. So my subscribers were commenting it in my videos, all right? I was so enjoying the journey. And that's what I see. Oh my gosh, enjoy your journey because it's beautiful. And that's where the magic is. And the more you are in tune with yourself and, you know, shedding different energies, the more your vibration naturally elevates. The higher you vibrate, the more access you have to your higher consciousness, your intuition, your spirit guides, because it's always there for you at all times, but it's your own vibration that allows you to access or prevent you from being able to reach that high. And whatever it is that you guys are wanting or asking for, I'm telling you, Spirit's like, you can have it. It just go to your energy and kind of like backwards thinking. You've got to shift your perception like a 180, and you will achieve like in a bigger than you're dreaming right now. So let's pull some dice and see what that adds to these cards. Okay, so over here we have the Emperor. Yes, this is being very empowered, on point with yourself, with your energy, with your life. And then over here we have the Seven of Wands. So to me, this coming out with spirit symbols is that discussion of where's your energy at. And then over here on travel, let's see, we have the Eight of Swords. Oh my gosh, I love spirit. Okay, so what I see here, it's pretty much what I just told you. You can have this. This is part of your destiny, part of your path. However, it's your energy. You've got to focus there, and because you're splintered off. You know, look at how this is depicted. Your energy is splintered in too many different ways, and in moments you're like super on point and you feel that, but in other moments that you feel incredibly scattered. And the Eight of Swords is restriction, entrapment, and it's you know, clarifying the travel. So you can't move, you can't get towards your abundance, towards, you know, all these things that this card entails for you until you work on your energy. And also it's like Spirit's like, hello, 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 I talk to you all the time. I show you so many signs, synchronicities, and symbols, but you just dismiss them. This is becoming more aware of everything around you and seeing it with fresh eyes and not defining it based on past experience. Like letting Spirit dazzle you and show you what it's made of in ways that you have never even imagined, because the language of Spirit is very, very subtle, all right? And it takes some time to catch on to it and get on that energy. And then, you know, again, it's very subtle and just quiet and in these places. But the more you get in tune and aligned, then it's just like so loud. It's everywhere around you, every day, all of the time. So let's pull some more dice to get more clarification. Oh, okay, well that one fell, and it landed on top was the Justice card. That is so, the Justice card, the Justice dice. And over here we're going to have the Ace of Swords, and right here we are going to have the Page of Wands. Yeah, so here it's like, yes, it is your destiny, okay? What you're reaching for. You are not meant to live this lackful life, this struggle life, full of challenge, false friendships, you know, just whatever it is for you personally that's filling your heart and mind as you watch this. You're meant to have a good time, good energy, lots of abundance, comfort, happiness. You're meant to have those things, and it's part of your destiny, okay? However, Seven of Wands with Page of Wands, you've got to expand your energy to align properly and stay aligned to what it is you're asking for, because the page is the lowest denomination of the court cards, right? It goes page, knight, queen, and then king. So you've got to take this energy from a page and make it into a king's energy, but it's not hard or challenge or struggle. It might feel that way at first, but it's more of just getting yourself in alignment, and that comes from your thoughts big time, because we have the Eight of Swords, which is all about restriction and unable to move, and the Ace of Swords is that you know, the freedom, right? The sword to cut the ropes, cut the things that stand in your way. Archangel Michael has the mighty sword, right? So you can free yourself. It's all about your energy. Don't think for 1 second that you're stuck in that crappy job, or that you're stuck in that bad relationship, or that, you know, because you don't have a degree in this or that, that you can never have a good career. Don't stop thinking those things, because they're not true. You feel the call, because it's part of your destiny. It's part of your path for this lifetime. And you need to listen to that, and you need to believe in yourself and the universe much, much more, so that you can expand your vibration outward and elevate it, and, you know, get rid of those denser, lower vibrating energies, because that is what frees you and allows you that movement towards what it is that you are truly seeking. So let's pull some final dice here. Okay, so over here we have the Queen of Wands. Nice. Yeah, so look at, we have the Emperor and the Queen of Wands. It's a perfect balance of the divine masculine and divine feminine, okay? A perfect balance of that. And boom, you're there. Here, look at this. We have the moon. So your emotions do impact your vibration quite a lot. They're very shifty. They're back and forth. And so what I mean by that is, one day you could be like, oh yeah, I believe in the magic. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But then the next day you're like, no, that's just never going to happen. So you've got to get very consistent in your thinking and in your emotional body, and don't allow yourself to revert back to old patterns or lack of self-belief, lack of confidence. Really give yourself a chance. Believe in yourself and say, you know what, gosh darn it, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this happen. And you will. It's your determination. Spirit will back you the whole way, even if it's just taking a lot of time. As long as you have that determination in your heart and your soul, Spirit has got you and will get you there. I promise. And look at this. Exactly what you need. The King of Cups. Boom. So you have the opportunity for movement, and it's getting your emotional body and your mental body in really good alignment and order. Nobody can get it there perfectly. I mean, we're all human, but get a much better handle on your thoughts and on your emotions. And, you know, it's a discipline initially, but gosh, I'm telling you, do it, and you are going to be like, your future self is going to thank you for it. Where you're just like, I'm going to give this a real shot. I'm going to believe in me. I'm going to go for this. And I love saying, start with where you are right now with what you have. When I started my channel, I had a cell phone and like 5 decks, and scared to death, and my readings were terrible. But I had to start somewhere, and that somewhere is what got me to where I'm at today. So believe in yourself and start with what you have right now with where you are, and trust that that's enough, and Spirit will just unfold it as you move through it. I promise you. Okay, so those are your messages from Dice 2. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care. Hello there. So let's see what dice number 3 has to say, what messages are going to come forth. So I'm going to start by pulling 3 oracle cards, and then I'm going to pull the tarot dice for clarification. So let's see what's coming through for dice number 3. Okay, ooh, so we have soul symbol. We have forgiveness. And we have hope. Okay, so what's coming through with dice 3 is a little bit different message than 1 and 2. this to me is definitely about healing, and not just that, but like a soul evolution, consciousness expansion, really coming into a full understanding about why you went through certain experiences, why certain people, treated you in certain ways. Because this, I feel a really harsh, heavy energy coming through where there was some serious oppression, a broken heart, really just looked over, stabbed in the back, just a bunch of different things coming through for me. And now, as you know, I'm recording this on January 1st. As we come into the new year, the message that Spirit is giving you is, listen, my dear, beautiful soul, it's time to forgive the past. It's time to free yourself from that prison, because ultimately, when we are filled with resentment, heartache, anger, rage, all those things, it keeps us anchored in a spot energetically. And in that space, we can't really make progress. We can't, move, because we're choosing to be in that space energetically. And it's not so much a conscious thing, unless you're, somebody who's very awakened, then you'll know what I mean by that in a different way. But, even myself, there are plenty of times where I don't even recognize the way I've anchored myself down. And it takes Spirit really kind of slapping me upside the head for me to get it. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I totally see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, I've got to let this go. And so that's what I see here is it's time for you to free yourself from things that hurt you and harmed you. Because when we rehash things and we hold on to different emotions, we relive it over and over and over, and we don't even recognize that it's really self-abuse. And any abuse, like if we saw somebody abusing an animal or a child or another person, we'd probably freak out. Hey, what are you doing? I don't think so. Like, you need to chill out. What's wrong with you? But when we're attacking ourselves, somehow it's justifiable in our minds, and it shouldn't be. And attacking ourselves is also holding on to anger and rage and resentment and heartache and bitterness, all of those emotions. And with forgiveness, I like to say forgiftness. It's a gift that you give to yourself, because when you are filled with hurt and anger and hatred for somebody or a circumstance, which I'm not saying you don't have a right to that, because you do. Most people are not going to be angry and hurt and bitter just to be those things. Like, something facilitated that and really triggered those emotions, and therefore it's a big deal, and you have every right to what you feel and what you're experiencing and what you're going through. But what I'm trying to say is, don't hold yourself there, because so often that's what happens, is we don't let ourselves fully filter through and process all of that energy and those emotions from that experience, and let it be in the past, and let it expand our consciousness, let it reshape us and grow our spirit, and therefore our perception shifts about life, about ourselves, about so many different things. And I just want to point out, the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life was actually several different things. It was kind of like a domino effect. And in the end, I truly had nothing but myself and my 2 daughters. And, it was, even my dog got ran over. And so that one, I was like, really, universe? Like, my dog? It really just knocked me on my butt. And I won't even lie, for months I would cry every time I opened my eyes, because I was like, oh, here I am still here, and I don't want to be here. And this is misery, and I hated it, and I was in so much pain, and I just didn't understand, and I would get frustrated, and I'd curse and yell at the universe, like, this isn't fair. I didn't do, I never treated anybody like this. I don't steal. I don't do this. I don't do that. Like, how could all of this happen to me? And it was, I don't even want to really remember that time of my life, because it was hard, the darkest period. And I've been through some things, but that was a long stretch, many years of darkness. And now, I'm 3 years out of that, and I just have to tell you, I totally understand why I went through every single thing I did. And at the time, no, I didn't. It felt horrible. It felt like unusual and cruel punishment. It felt unjustifiable. It made me disbelieve in the law of attraction, like, you name it. And I lost hope and faith because of how challenging that was. And, day by day, because we all have a beautiful divine spirit that exists within us, my spirit would try to prompt me. It's time to forgive. Like, you've got to really release all of these experiences so that you can understand why they happened, so that you can grow. And now, at this point, I see why they had to happen. I was very codependent. I had no discernment. I didn't know what boundaries were. I was incredibly self-sacrificing and a people pleaser. And it was not serving me. And there came a point in my life where I started reaching for more. I want happiness. I want real connections. I want somebody to care about me the way I care for everybody. Like, those feelings, and recognizing that I do have value. And as I started shifting, all of a sudden everything fell apart. And I'm like, are you kidding me? What? But the thing was, in order to progress forward and to finally reach what I was wanting so bad in my heart, I had to shed so much energy in every aspect of my life. Because the thing is, when you want something and you're reaching for something, it's because it's not present in your reality. It's not present in your reality because you're not a vibrational match to it, right? So the more you focus on yourself and healing, the more everything else just spontaneously starts happening. And this is if you want a new romance, if you want more money, if you want to develop your spiritual gift, if you want to achieve your dreams, if you want to really self-improve. It all starts with healing your wounds, with healing your emotional baggage. You can listen to affirmations for more money. You can, do meditation and different exercises to expand your spiritual gift. You can take action towards your dreams, but unless you are in harmony and peace internally, there's going to be so much fluctuation to that energy, and there's going to be unnecessary struggles and challenges. All right? It's heavy, it's hard. But when you just focus on, I need to heal myself, I need to forgive, I don't want to forgive these fools, as far as I was concerned, they can fry you know where. But it's time where you say, okay, universe, this is how I feel, I'm all balled up about this, but I'm going to take the chance, I'm going to take the first step to heal, to forgive, whatever that means. Please show me the way. I'm open. It's my intention to release myself from this experience, because as long as, certain emotions around an experience exist in you very strongly, you still exist in that experience, okay? You're not able to move forward. Your hands are full. There's no room within you for the new to come in. You've got to clear out all that baggage. Elevate your vibration, all right? So with this here, it's time to forgive. It's time to, and it's not, forgiving isn't about, telling somebody what they did is okay or letting them back in your life. It's where you're just finally like, I don't want to think about this anymore. I don't want this to own me. I don't want this to hold me back anymore. I'm ready to let it go. Whatever it takes, I'm ready, universe. I am ready. And universe will get you, I promise. So let's pull some dice to tarot dice to get some clarity on this. All right, so over here we have the Six of Pentacles. Right here we have the Five of Wands, and over here we have the Judgment. So what I get from this is, yes, it is time. Like, there's some really good energy, good karma trying to come into your world. Like, the Six of Pentacles is a give, an exchange of energy. And just the way I'm seeing this is like spirit really trying to come in and heal you and hold you and help you move through, you know, whatever it is that just sticks inside of you, where you're like, oh, I can't forgive that person, or I can't let this go, or why did this happen, or why were my parents horrible? Just whatever your thing is, here's Spirit saying right now, this year is the year where I'm going to project so much energy your way to help you heal and purge and elevate. Like, you're not going to be able to escape me. And here, forgiveness, Five of Wands, you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. One day you feel totally okay, or maybe weeks go by, months, and then all of a sudden it's like you're back at one, and you're like, what? You know, I thought I like purged this, I thought I healed this, I thought I moved through this. You've got to come into a full agreement, you know, heart, mind, and soul about these things so that you can free them. And this is like some of you, it's a person where I feel they're kind of in, out, in, out, in, out. And so the healing process starts, and then they show back up, and boom, it's the same thing all over again. And I say that especially because of the Judgment card. It's whatever this cycle is, or this relationship, or this lesson, you are really at the end of this, where you subconsciously have gained all that you can gain from it, and now it's time for that information to go from your subconscious into your conscious, down into your heart and into your soul, so it's a part of you, and you start operating from those new energies that have, you know, become a part of you. It's time. The past must be let go of, and let's move forward. So let's pull some more dice to get some more information. Okay, yeah, look at that. Over here we have the Lovers. Over here we have the High Priestess. And over here we have the Four of Swords. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, those of you where this is a relationship of some kind, lover, friend, family, whatever, that's kind of in, out, takes more from you than gives to you, leaves you confused, leaves you frustrated, you know, just all those things. Yeah, it's time to come into your higher wisdom. It's like as soon as you can purge and clear this energy from you, your mind is so clear. And this person, you know, for those of you where this is a very specific relationship, it's time to take a rest. It's time to have some distance and disconnection. It's space in between, because your vibration is really trying to elevate, and whoever this person is, they vibrate down here, and we can only each work from our current stage of consciousness, and your consciousness has expanded and wants to expand more. In this person, they're not there yet. Okay, you can't save them. You can't be the light so much so that they finally get it. It doesn't work that way. It's an inside job, becoming awakened and enlightened about things and becoming self-aware and all of that. And you are there, but whoever you're dealing with is not. And so that's why I feel you need to have space and distance, because they continually pull your vibration down and make you feel like you've made no progress at all when you are. It's just you can't vibrate there predominantly because this issue keeps coming back in, and it's time for you to finally decide to cut it off, to let it go, to feel differently about it, you know, make a new choice. go about it a new way. And that's where your freedom comes and your clarity. And it's just almost like you go to bed one night and then you wake up and you're healed, you're cured, you're free, you're vibing high. And if that person comes back around, no effect on you. If this is about like a job or a very specific situation or circumstance in your life, listen, this to me is, you need to stop having the anxieties and the worries that you have that are preventing you from letting it go. Like, I'll never make as much money, or, you know, I didn't get a degree and I can't do this, that, the other. Like, whatever it is that holds you back, Spirit is saying we've got to shift our mind about it, okay? You are a divine being, and you are worthy of happiness, you are worthy of abundance, and you know, if those things are not existing in your environment, that's because inside of you, your energy is splintered somehow, some way. There's a part of you that knows your divinity, and then there's a part of you that doesn't know it, and the part that doesn't know it overrides and lets these people and situations in. And once that like clicks in your head, and it's not even like, because it's one thing to understand something intellectually. It's a whole different thing to feel it down in your spirit where you know it like you know it, right? And to me, you guys, it's like you get this intellectually, like you totally understand it. And you might even be like, listen, I've tried so hard to let this go, let this go, let this go. But you've got to feel it in your soul. You've got to make that choice from your soul. So if it's a person, a relationship, you've got to decide in your soul, okay, I'd rather be sad because I miss you than be sad because you're constantly screwing me over. Like, it's time to purge you, release you, heal you, let you go. I can't save you. I can't change you. You know, only the universe and time can do that. So I need to wash my hands of you and trust that if we're meant to be together or in each other's lives, Spirit will bring us back together when our vibrations are finally in alignment with each other, okay? If this is about a job or situation, circumstance, we need to shift our thinking and feeling from the negative, what's wrong about it, what's heavy about it, to the positives. Or if you don't feel there's any positives, you need to shift your thinking to where you're headed, what you can reach for, how high you can go, and that this is temporary, this too shall pass. And the more you're getting yourself in alignment, I'm telling you, things just spontaneously happen around you. It's so beautiful. If I could tell anybody anything, I'm like, nope, heal yourself. Really heal yourself all the way. Say to Spirit, make a declaration. Let no stone be unturned. Showing myself entirely, what is my work? How do I need to heal myself? And do that. And once you get through that process, everything just works. And the challenges that come your way, they don't take you over like they used to, because you see it as like a challenge from the universe, and you're like, challenge accepted, because you've already been through spiritual boot camp. Now it's time to put all you've learned and how strong you've become to use, right? So this is heal what hurts, and I promise you, oh my God, everything else is just going to start finally falling into place and taking off for you. Okay, so let's pull 3 final ones. Ooh, and those knocked the cards down. Okay, so over here we have the Page of Pentacles. Over here we have the King of Pentacles. And over here, oh my goodness, that card doesn't want to stay. We have the King of Wands. Wow. So there's people, I feel like this is more about different things that certain people have done to most of you. What, like, things that were said, or just different actions that you felt were very, very unfair. And yeah, when you're willing to fully heal and forgive and release those who have harmed you, and trust that what's meant to be will be. But more than that, I feel like there's new people that need to come into your life. Like, there's better relationships, better connections, more soul-based connections for you. And as you heal and purge the emotional baggage and your vibration, starts elevating, you're going to feel this natural aversion towards certain people, even people that you really loved or you were hoping to reconcile with. Like, you just will see them in a different light entirely, and it will no longer be acceptable. I used to be, if I love you, I love you. We could get through anything, ride or die. And now I'm like, your energy is a total train wreck of a mess. You need to get that cleaned up before we can ever be, because I can't deal with all that in my world. And I, like 3 years ago, I would have never even thought of things like that. But as you make it your intention to work through all of your emotional baggage and not see yourself as a victim, no matter what, like, even though it wasn't fair, and I get it, but just see yourself as, I can get through this. I'm stronger than this. I'm bigger than this. I'm going to prove it to myself. Oh my God, you're going to realize how powerful you are. And in that space, you're not going to have any interest in saving anybody, having somebody as a project in your life to help them build their dream or get themselves back together. No, you're going to just have a whole different mindset about it. And it's like, either you need to be the same place emotionally and spiritually as I am, or we can't be close. Like, you're just going to feel the vibes, and you won't be able to deal with it. And you won't have any interest in lowering your vibration to come together with another person, no matter how you feel about him. You'll be like, no, I know what happens down in this energy, and I don't want to be there. I'm good up here. So if you want to be close to me, you want to be in my world, you need to work on your stuff. You need to purge so you can rise and be here with me. Because here, this fifth dimensional connection, that's what I want. And we can't have that with all of these wounds and energies in the way. That's just the truth. So for those of you who were attracted to the third dice, universe is like, let's heal, let's purge, let's release the past so you can really rise in ways that you can't even imagine. And there's new connections that need to come into your world. Like the page here, there's 2 coins on there, and then you have 2 kings. So I feel like there's 2 very significant relationships that are going to come into your life, whether it's romance, friend, or somebody who feels like your soul tribe over the course of this year. And they come in separately, like at different points of your elevation. And look, 11 right in the middle. Yeah, there's 2 new connections that are going to come into your world. Even look at that, 2 hearts for the lovers. Yeah, 2 new connections. And you've got to be ready for it. You don't want any of your remnants of old energy, things of the past to come into these connections. Like you don't. They're beautiful. They're soul, all right? So those are the messages that came through for those of you attracted to the third dice. Take care. Hello there. So we are going to start by pulling 3 oracle cards to see what messages are coming through for those of you that were attracted to the 4th dice, and then I will clarify with the tarot dice. So first card out is challenges. Ooh. Okay, so let's see what else is going to come out. So we've got challenges and money and celebrations. Nice. Okay, I think this is probably the most exciting reading of all of them. So if you picked dice 4, yay. This is not about me giving you advice on any level, really. This is about me saying, oh, yay, yay, yay. Challenges are coming to an end for you. And look at card 13, card 10, card 3. 3 plus 10 would be 13, and a 13 would be a 4. You pick dice 4. Oh my God, 4s are all about stability, things being very solid and stable, the foundation being laid. So nice. I love this reading, this one so far coming out already synchronistic right out the door. So those of you who have been in the big time struggle with resources, okay, I'm going to be inclined to say money just in general because that's what's come out, but this is a general reading. So it could be a lack of friends, a lack of romance, a lack of money, a lack of self-esteem, you know, a lack of safe environment to lay your head every night, you know, just different for each of you. There's been a lack, and it has been incredibly challenging for you, and you've been on kind of a journey with this for you know, quite some time. But this is more than just like, okay, I've been in the struggles for a week. No, this is much longer than that. But the energies are coming in, all right? I feel like you've already done the work because, you know, here she is, she's climbing up the mountain. You've already done the work. So it's like the karmic return to you where finally, where there was this lack of a resource, of an energy, it's finally coming to you, you know, in abundance. And you're happy about it, and it has, I just thought I'd pull the next card. It comes through because of all of the energy and effort that you've been putting into things, whether that's been working on yourself, trying to be more positive, hopeful, and optimistic, or, you know, you've been really working hard at some sort of goal, and it's just like, here we are at the start of the year, and boom, it's going to start unfolding for you. There's a lot of happiness to be had for those of you that were attracted to the fourth dice. It's like those really struggling, challenging times, whatever it is for you personally, there's a blessing coming in for you. So let's pull some tarot dice. And my little stack broke here, so I'm trying to... All right, well, that one wanted to come out. All right, so let's do some clarifying. Okay, so over here we have the Hanged Man. Yeah, that's being prevented, the struggle, the challenge. I definitely see that with the Hanged Man in that. With the bunny, we have the moon. So that's the uncertainty. That's, you know, being in the dark, maybe some depression and sadness. And yay! Look at what comes out with celebrations. We have the Magician. So the magic is finally happening. The magic is finally coming in. And, you know, I don't think that this reading is going to be as long as the others, because this isn't about like, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. No, you've done your work. This is like Spirit saying, you know, 500 claps for you. It's time to reap the reward. It's time for the good karma return. You've been in the dark for quite some time. So the Magician, the magic, the happiness, the celebration. So let's pull some more dice here. Okay, so over here we have the Hierophant. Yep. That is just like playing things straight, doing everything it takes. Wow, I'm just loving these tarot dice. Over here we have the Seven of Cups. And over here we have the Seven of Pentacles. Yes. This is where, you know, you've been wondering, like, is things ever going to get better? Like, you have big dreams. You've been doing whatever you can do, whatever it takes. And you're like, is this ever going to pay off? Is this ever going to pan out? And it is, okay? But here's the next thing. Sometimes you are working towards one very specific goal, okay? And you're building a foundation. You're, you know, making things stable. And these two right here paired up is like we are doing everything right to the T. And you're focused on one end goal, right? Sometimes the universe is having you do this work thinking you're going towards this thing, where out of nowhere, here comes this unexpected opportunity or blessing or miracle or gift that completely changes your plans but takes you to a much better destination. And I see that here for you guys 100% for sure. Is you thought the destination was going to be one thing, but it's actually better than, you know, you anticipated. And you just, I don't know. I feel like when this unfolds, it's kind of at that point where you're kind of losing hope, and it's not in the mind. It's where your heart, your soul might be starting to get weary, and then it's like, boom, the magic just comes right in. Like, you deserve this. You've earned this. You've worked for this, all right? Because this is major arcana, major arcana, major arcana, major arcana. So you have 4 major arcanas out of 6 dice. There's big significance. And with the Hanged Man and the Hierophant pairing with the challenge here, this is, I see where you've been blocked, okay? But you've been learning a lot spiritually towards one specific goal or task, or just different things about life. Like, you've gained much more knowledge and wisdom than you recognize. And, you know, you do tend to get sad, but with the Moon and the 7 of Cups paired up, it's like your imagination is your wealth. The more you can allow yourself to dream and dream big and not feel stupid and not have this sense of, oh, that could never happen, that could never be, like, the better off you are. Let your imagination run as far as it wants to, because as it creeps into all these new places, it awakens your consciousness, okay? It triggers different things inside of you, which in turn creates new ideas, new ways of thinking, new desires. It's just like you've been working towards one thing, but the universe, it's almost like going to send you in a different direction, but it makes you happy, like it's even better, or things are going to turn out better than you expected. I love this reading. So let's pull 3 final dice here. All right, so over here we have the Queen of Wands. Over here we have the 3 of Cups. And over here, I'm sorry, King of Wands. And over here we have the Queen of Wands. Nice, yeah. Listen, for those of you that have been going at this alone, I feel like you're finally getting a partner. And with the 3 of Cups coming in here with the money, the 3 of Cups is about celebration and happiness. And look, there's 3 coins there. There's 3 cups here. So 3 is significant to you about how the abundance is coming into your world, whether it's money, it's relationships, it's romance, it's your dreams, like whatever it is. The number 3 is very significant to all of this, all right? And it's like, I don't know, like maybe you're going to get 3 promotions, or there's 3 significant people, or your salary is increasing by a 3 somehow, some way, or maybe you're finally going from a 5-figure income to a 6-figure income this year, all right? It's just different for all of you, but the happiness is coming in. 3 of Cups is about celebration. There's your celebration. Celebration is card 3. Yeah, you see that 3 keeps repeating. So 3s are very significant, and for me, it's mind, body, and soul. The trinity between the 3, that perfect flow of energy, the grand trine, where, you know, everything is in balance, and that's ultimate harmony and serenity. And I see that for you, wherever this is speaking specifically, that the trinity is completed. You know, there's a nice flow of energy, and there's no more lack in that area of your life, however that speaks to you personally. So those of you that were attracted to the 4th dice, highly synchronistic reading. And on top of that, it's just like, no, good karma is coming your way. You did the work. You have earned this. And let nobody try to make you feel guilty or feel bad about the blessings that are coming into your world, because again, you have earned them. This is your positive karma return, and whatever it is, it feels quite magical and big cause for celebration. So those are your messages for those of you attracted to the 4th dice. I am wishing you all the best. Take care.